Let's start making the granny flower grid square. We need a ring to get started, so let's start by doing that. I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going into the first chain that I did. I'm going to slip stitch to create a ring. If you prefer to make a magic ring, you can, of course, go ahead and do that. We are building this center, so this is the cream part in the middle. And to do that, we're going to start by chaining 3. 1, 2, and 3. This counts as a double crochet. We go back into the ring and we start adding double crochets. So we're going to need a total of 16 double crochets for this first round. When you have 16 double crochets, you go into the third chain from the beginning and you slip stitch to end the round. If you have a hard time fitting all of the double crochets into the ring, you can consider chaining 5 or doing the magic ring. For round 2, I'm bringing in a new color, but you can, of course, continue with your color if you like. If you choose to do that, it will probably look something like this, of course, depending on what colors you choose. But that is what it looks like when you do the same color on round 1 and 2. We're going to start with a double crochet in one of the double crochet tops from the last round. So you can attach your yarn any way you like. I like to do a standing stitch, just going in. You can attach the yarn any way you like and start the double crochet however you like it, maybe with the chain 3. We're going to have 1, and then we're going to add 6 more double crochets into the ring. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is number 7. So every time we have a shell, it will look like this. We're going to chain 1. We're going to skip this next stitch and go into the next one. And in there, we're going to add in 1 single crochet, like that. Chain 1 again. Skip the next stitch, yarn over and go into the next and add in another 7 double crochets. We're going to repeat that all the way around, so we'll end up with 4 shells with 7 double crochets in each, and between each we have a chain 1, a single crochet, a chain 1 worked over 3 stitches. Put in my last single crochet, chaining 1, making sure I'm skipping 1 stitch down here, and slip stitching in the top of the first double crochet that I did, which could also be a chain 3 if that is how you started this round. Now we're ready to start building the grid or the square itself. There's 2 ways you can start this round. You can either start up here or you can start in one of the corners. I prefer to start out here because then I don't have to chain anything to imitate the stitches in the corners. We're just going to start with a single crochet. So I like to do that. So let's find our 4th double crochet in one of our little shells here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the centered one up here. I'm going in, attaching my new yarn color. You can of course continue with the one you used before. You can go back to the first color you used, like I have done with these ones. So this is our first single crochet. We're going to chain 2. And then in between the shells, we're going to create our corners. So we're going to yarn over 2 times to create a treble. Go into that single crochet and add your first treble. Then we're going to yarn over 2 times, go back into the same single crochet and add in 1 more treble. So 2 of those. Then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this can seem like a lot, but it will make sense, I promise. 2 more trebles, so yarn over 2 times, because in the next round we're going to straighten out those corners a little bit better, but to get this grid effect we kind of need to do this. So this is our first corner. 2 treble, chain 5, 2 treble in that same stitch. Again, if you don't like to start out here, you can start with a treble, then it means you would have to chain 4 or do the treble as a standing stitch, however you like it. Chain 2, 1 and 2. Then we're going to find our 4th double crochet over here. So it's this one in there, add 1 single crochet, chain 2, and then we're back between the shells and we can start working on our next corner. So 2 trebles, chain 5 and 2 trebles. I did my chain 2s and I'm just going to end this round by slip stitching into the first single crochet that I made up here. I can make the stitch fit like that. And as you can see, the grid is kind of coming together now, but it's not even at all. And we of course also need it to be more stable. So let's start on round 4 to fix that. Round 4 will be single crochet, so I'm just staying with this color. You can bring in a new one or bring one of the others back, and you can also start over in the corner if you prefer that. But I'm just going to start right here. So I'm going to chain 1, and then in the chain 2 spaces, I'm going to add in 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. Then in the top of our trebles, I'm going to put in 1 single crochet in each. And in the chain 5 space, that is the corner, I'm going to add in 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then again we have the 2 trebles, so 1 single crochet in each top stitch, chain 2, 2 single crochets in there, and then we have our single crochet, so I'm going to put in 1 single crochet in there as well, and then just continue. So 5 single crochets in the chain 5 spaces, 2 single crochets in the chain 2 spaces, and 1 single crochet in each of the trebles, and 1 single crochet on top of the single crochet. I'm done with all my single crochets. I'm just going to end by slip stitching up here, or close it off any way you like. I think it looks really pretty. I think it's a nice square, but if you want it to be a little bit bigger, maybe a little more even, though, you could add another round of single crochet. So I did that with this one. I just simply, on top of that round of single crochets, I added 1 more. In the corners, I put in single crochets in the first 2, and then in the third single crochet out of the 5s we put in the corner, I added 3 double crochets, and then again 1 in each single crochet all the way around. And it gives you this result, so it's actually a little more sturdy and a little more even, and you might think that's something you would like to have for your project, whatever that might be. If you have a suggestion for a really nice project with this square, I would love to hear it. So please add it in the comments if you feel like sharing. That was all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.